Happy rainy Monday, Priest Lake Christian Fellowship, and anybody else who happens to be watching. We've entered a new week, and so we've got a new set of readings for the upcoming week. This morning, as I was reading, one of the verses from Psalm 31 really struck me. So I'm going to read the section. The lectionary reading for this week includes Psalm 31, 9 through 16. Let me read that. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am in distress. My eye is wasted from grief, my soul and body also. For my life is spent with sorrow, and my years with sighing. My strength fails because of my iniquity, and my bones waste away. Because of all my adversaries, I have become a reproach, especially to my neighbors, and an object of dread to my acquaintances. Those who see me in the street flee from me. I have been forgotten like one who is dead. I have become like a broken vessel, for I hear the whispering of many. Terror on every side, as they scheme together against me, as they plot to take my life. But I trust in you, O Lord. I say you are my God. My times are in your hand. Rescue me from the hand of my enemies and from my persecutors. Make your face shine on your servant. Save me in your steadfast love. Obviously, the psalmist is in even worse shape than we are at this point in time. He had people specifically coming after him. We've got circumstances that are difficult and challenging, but we're not facing anything like this. But in the middle of this, in the middle of a pretty difficult life situation, the psalmist says, I trust in you, Lord. You are my God. And this is the phrase that caught me. My times are in your hand. What does it mean for our times to be in the hand of God? I think on one level, whether we realize it or not, our times are always in the hand of God. He is always the one in control. He is always the one who is sovereign over our lives, over our well-being, over the people around us that we care about. But I think it's really important that we do what the psalmist does here and confess that our times are in his hands. And I think we're in a time where it's a little bit easier for us to recognize that we're not in control. We never were in control, but it was easy for us to have the illusion that we are in control. The fact is, our times have always been in God's hand. And when we can recognize that and release to him the authority to direct us, to direct the outcomes for the things that are happening in our lives, that does not mean that everything's going to go well for us, or at least not as we define well. It does mean that everything that happens to us will be happening under the Lord's care, under his watch. And as the psalmist goes on to say, save me in your steadfast love. It is the Lord's steadfast love that gives us the confidence that we can rest easy with our times in his hands. Your day-to-day is in the hand of the Lord. Your hour right now is in the hand of the Lord. He's the one who's got this. He's the one who's in control. Doesn't mean that life isn't hard. Doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt the psalmist when his friends go by walking on the other side of the street. Doesn't mean that it won't hurt when people criticize you for things that you're doing or not doing. That it won't hurt when people you love get sick. But our times are in his hands. We can rest in him and trust in him because of his steadfast love toward us. May God rest on you today. May you rest in him. May you know that he is present with you in the middle of everything that you're experiencing. Blessings and peace in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.